yali bubi nnyo. Yalina akabuto nga kazimbye nga katuuse wano.
Tugenda kukola mpozi tugenda kufuna ebicupa ng'ebyalwenzuuli bino ebinene by'amazzi oteekingemu ng'amazzi oteeke ku kikolo ky'enva.
When we got the refugee settlement, Stunting stands at 45.4%.
So their support is different from the host community, because in the host community we have more land, and this side they have just small plots where they need more care, more training to support the real gist of nutrition that you want amongst the OVC.
This is Frank Bahemuka. He's on his routine visit to one of the households of Kyaka 2 settlements migrants in Chegegwa district, western Uganda.
Kale sebu, kale nyabu, yewale, ulimutya, embeera, gezaako. Bana bali batya.
His mission, to try and crank up nutrition levels, to reverse appalling infant mortality trends in the settlement and ensure maternal, newborn and child health.
Abaana bali bulungi.
Bulinga tetunakuwamba bayina ebigundi bibakuba enviri nga zonna zikyuse kati naye simanya abaana bali batya.
Ati abaana bali bulungi, luli bwe mwaja eno abaana bali bubi nnyo, naye kati bwe mwamala otuwa emboga ne tuzisimba kati abaana bakyuka tebakyali bubi nnyo nga bwe baali bali. Example ng'ono, ono omwana yali bubi nnyo, akabuto kaali kazimba n'amagulu nga gazimbye n'enviiri ze nga zakyuka, naye kati we twamala okufuna emboga ne tusimba, kati abaana bwe batandika okulya ku mboga, kati olaba ono atandise okuba obulungi.
Tugenda kukola mpozi tugenda kufuna ebicupa ng'ebyalwenzuuli bino ebinene by'amazzi oteekingemu ng'amazzi oteeke ku kikolo ky'enva. Naye bwe wano tewaleekako sitooka oba yonna, ekitegeeza amazzi gava eri ne gakola ki?
He is at Francine Deborah's house, a Congolese born who was forced here a couple of years ago. On his day's schedule, Bahemuka will now head over to the next house. On behalf of Toil and Promote Agriculture, TAPA, he is supervising the progress of the backyard gardens that the non-profit organization has helped the migrants set up.
Abaana abo engeri nk'abantu ayine na kyokulya kyona n'omusebe afiire baali batukwira isoke bazimbire enda nintwara mu irwaro bagamba njoka tiziri njoka ondi ono muto yarahagire wakabacukira ogwo akabahagire bigeri byona bizimbire baita hata abaana obanyegeseze kuba amali amarungi abaana abo barungi hati batandikire bagenzera na haisomero baitu bali batukwira isoke nirigera enda zimbire nibazoka nakubi muno n'abantu mu kyaro batakwenda kubarora kandi n'omwana omu yalaina akahuka ko munywerero omwana ogwo ali kurungi muno najja kwikara klasi ya musanju.
The gardens are part of a multi-sectoral approach to curb the rising malnutrition challenges that face the migrants' children due to the dreadful circumstances that these families find themselves in. Though the government of Uganda has been waxed lyrical for its open door system, together with partners, the migrants can only be afforded a meager stipend and limited relief food items such as portion.
At the moment, each household is given 12,000 every month, and in fact that the household has over 10 children in the household. So feeding becomes a problem.
Toil and Promote Agriculture, TAPA, started out with a purpose to support families affected by HIV/AIDS in 1998. Their work later partly evolved into supporting migrants who would struggle to fully utilize the small pieces of land they had been allocated in the settlements. They needed support, especially in mastering farming seasons in the new environment, access to seeds, and general nutrition education. The organization also actively supplies nutritious supplements to children like silverfish and soybean flour.
Our identification is not very hard, but it is systematic. So many households are being referred to us, but we always have entry points. And the entry points are the following. One, either in the household, we have children who are living with HIV/AIDS. Secondly, or they are the children of the female sex worker. Thirdly, or the children of the caregiver who is living with HIV/AIDS. Secondly, the other point would be that we have the category of the highly exposed infants.
Kyaka 2 settlement, in particular, has a stunting rate that stands at a whopping 45.4%, according to Uganda Demographic and Health Survey of 2022. This is way higher than the national average of 30%.
A stunted child or a stunted person gets a lot of challenges, especially in reasoning. When he grows old, he gets a challenge with reasoning. He gets a challenge he cannot tolerate any trouble that comes to him. And no wonder we even have a dropout rate of 63% of our children from P1 to P7. And that one can be attributed to stunting. This child fails to understand what they are teaching in class, and in the end he gets bored and drops out of school. Usually acute malnutrition is tagged to witchcraft. So most of the parents don't bring their children to the hospitals. They first take them either to witch doctors or they take them to churches, and many of them end up dying.
Established in 2003, the Kyaka 2 settlement was formed following the repatriation of Rwanda refugees the same year. Around 7 years ago, it received 17,000 forced migrants from the Democratic Republic of Congo, following renewed violence on the land of Uganda's western neighbors. Since then, the population has quadrupled. Though the malnutrition rates have since decreased from 1.2% to 0.7% in Kyaka 2 settlement, according to the Food Security and Nutrition Assessment Survey of 2022, there remains a significant challenge with anemia, with 26% of children aged 6 to 59 weeks affected.
But the challenge is that all foods are now cash crops. So whatever they get from the garden, they usually put it on the market. So a lot of sensitization needs to be done to our community, especially on taking a balanced diet and post-harvest handling.
Kale natuuka wano nga nyina emyaka 16 naye nenfuna eno bwe natuuka eno bwe naweza emyaka 17 nenfuna omusajja kati netubeera ffenna babiri netuzaala abaana nyina abaana bana abalenzi bali babiri n'abawala bali babiri.